What about you? In today's video we're going to be renovating the lawn behind me. It is a predominantly fescue lawn and the client is sick of all the thatch. Now we've been scarifying it for a number of years and the thatch on it every year is just crazy. So today we're going to be overseeding it with some dwarf rye and doing a bit of top dressing, but it's trying to rain behind me here, so we better get on. So there's also another problem, well not a problem with this lawn, but if you see here, he's got posts in, so he's got his sky or his NTL coming through, so he's marked this out with posts for us just in case we hit them, so whenever we're going to be aerating the aerator shouldn't damage something like that. We get a lot of questions on the channel about what type of grass, what's the best grass for my lawn, and that doesn't take into account what you're going to be using the lawn for. Do you have a lot of shade? Is there kids playing? Do you cylinder mow? Are you going to be verticutting? Lots of questions that come into it. There's lots of information out there. A lot of people are saying you can, in my comments, a lot of people say, oh, 100% dwarf rye, you have to have that. Or other people will say you have to have a bent fescue lawn because they're native grasses. There's lots of choices, but you're not taking into account what you're doing with your lawn, how much work you want to put into it. So this lawn is predominantly fescue, which is low maintenance. However, it creates a lot of thatch. So yeah, actually, so there is a bit of maintenance to it. It's good for, it doesn't really dry out so much in the summer if you get a dry spell, but the problem is this thatch layer. All that's thatch in that lawn, so we've got a really big deep thatch layer on it, pretty much all of that. So the customer has asked us sow some grass seed into it that we're going to reduce the thatch layer. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to be sowing in some dwarf rye. So you can see clearly now where the line for the cable is, although I don't think the scarify should hit it. Come on ahead, Jason. If the scarify hits it, then it's been installed terribly. How is this for thatch? There's an awful lot of thatch in this lawn due to the grass type. Now, if this was your lawn and you wanted to take the nuclear option, the absolute best course of action, although it is the nuclear option, is to kill it off and sow in the grass that you do want. However, this customer wanted to do it like this. So, if you're new to the channel, before we get more into this, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to learn more about your lawn. And for the rest of you know what to do, smash the like button. So let's have a look at some of the material that came out of the lawn. We'll have our usual moss and our thatch. Thatch is just a layer of organic material that naturally develops underneath your lawn. Some grass types have more thatch than others. Fescue has a lot. Today we're going to be sowing in dwarf rye, which has very, very little.
Royal wee at it again.
The next job, get the seed onto the lawn. Next up, we're going to get our weed-free lawn seeding soil, get onto the lawn. at the minute, Jason's putting on the top dressing. We'll put top dressing on as it adds a thin layer of soil over the top of the seed, and it does a number of different things. It helps for good seed to soil contact, which is absolutely key if you're trying to grow grass from seed. Another thing it does, it helps protect it from birds. And lastly, it nearly puts a blanket over the top of it, and the seeds will survive a lot better underneath soil or compost. So it's really good to cover your lawn. Now, I'm going to say over the last number of years, there's been a lot of different compost rollers that have come onto the market, and we've tested a few of them, and I'll leave a link to some of my favourite below. If you use my link, then it helps make videos like this possible. The next job, Jason?
Next up is mashing the soil in, which helps create a good seed to soil contact and also helps level it out slightly.
So we've got our metal drag mat. We also have a drag mat. I'm going to leave a link down in the video description where you can buy one and make it yourself out of just a rubber mat, which is really good. Customers come out to see how we're getting on, and he's asked for some watering advice. In the autumn, there's less need to water your lawn on a regular basis. If you were doing this in the spring, you'd absolutely have to be watering every day. I'm going to say that we usually do this work in September. We're doing this in September at the minute. If you're watching this, it's probably not going to be out until October. One of the things about September, though, the last week and a half has been super dry, which has been amazingly dry. Good for us, but not so good for the lawns. If you're wanting to do this type of thing, it's important that you water your lawn on a daily basis, especially if there's been no rain. However, in October, there's a lot less need to water. You can just see the mat here, because all the mat is doing is it's pulling this material down into the lawn. So just means that we're not going to be smothering the grass either.
So we're using this autumn/winter feed as it has low nitrogen, which is also good as being used as a pre-seeder. Next up, we're putting the iron seaweed mix on, which helps burn off the moss and gives it a little bit of a feed. So if you've enjoyed this video and you want some more autumn lawn care tips, watch this video next.